girls here than anywhere in the world. And we play rock and roll. All we do now, we don't like add in. Some clubs will play a little bit of rock and roll. We play only rock and roll. I like the girls that come here.
All right, we're on Disco Acid Cult TV. It's Wednesday. I don't know. Did you guys do anything cool for Wednesday?
Absolutely not.
I think I like the intro you had with was it Betty Boop?
Yeah, the last one had Betty Boop in the very beginning.
I like that one. That was
that one
good.
was cool.
Not-
Yeah.
I need to
Token chick. Thanks.
yeah, this is the most diverse YouTube channel in the country. This is intentional because we are inclusive. We are looking for an LGBTQI 2S LGBTQIA plus co-host. We do need one of those. Speaking of which, okay, I was gonna complain really quick. It really bums me out how many of my old friends are just absolute faggots now.
What's wrong with being a faggot?
Keep in mind, still inclusive, but it's just this fucking one of the many people I used to play in a band with. He posted some shit. Yeah, he reposted some shit on his Instagram and is like, "Oh, watch this whole thing." And so I went and watched it. It's a fucking, first of all, it was a 15-minute video. I did not know people are posting 15-minute videos on Instagram, but a 15-minute video of this guy talking about.
You can do that?
I guess so.
Okay, that must be new.
Talking about the Venezuela thing that we just did. And Johnny covers Two-Spirit. Johnny's Two-Spirit is what I would say. That's
bisexual.
And that's the thrill. You never know what spirit you're gonna get. So he posted about the Venezuela thing, which I've had my complaints about. You know, I'm not saying I'm like gung-ho on the Venezuela thing, but the guy in the video was talking about how, oh, these Republicans love this shit because they love America to be like the big macho, like big man on the block. We can go into any country and take the oil because these guys are everything is gender and these guys think that's masculine. So I'm like, okay, and what's wrong with that? Like, shouldn't you want America to be like the big guy on the block? Like when people talk about the Venezuela,
because if we're not, China's gonna be.
Yeah, when people talk about the Venezuela thing, they were like, "Oh, it's wrong because we're only doing it to take their oil." And I'm like, yeah, fuck them. Let's take their oil because we can." The 9/11, the whole 9/11 thing, when they lied and they said, "Oh, we're gonna bring them democracy," but really they just wanted to take the oil. Bro, if they just told me we're gonna go take their oil because we're bigger and stronger and we can, I would have said, "Okay, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm down for that." Like, I'm down to be a bully. Sorry, that's what you get
it's
for
like
being
at least Trump is honest about that. He just like they used to, oh, we're democracy or we're gonna fight this dictator. Like, no, we're gonna take their oil. We fucking hate them. There we go.
Yeah,
letting you know straight out.
And my complaints come in when I don't think that's the only reason we did all that shit was to take their oil. I think there's a bunch of other stuff going on.
Well, obviously, you got geopolitics in it too.
Yeah,
and I also with like Greenland, you know.
And I also just am generally like isolationist. Like I just think, like, brother, you got people like. If you got people fucking fentanyl sleeping on the streets in this country right now, you're going to go run in another country? Like, come on. No one elected you to do that shit. But anyways, yeah, and this same guy, he posts this gay shit all the time. And it's just like, God, I mean, dude, we used to play in a fucking band together. Again, we used to go to war together. Dude, like, you were cool. Now you're just this fucking nerd. It just bums me out. And I see a lot of it. It's pretty much everyone. Not everyone, that's not true. Like I just said, I might be streaming with Dixon Cider, who I knew from back then. He's cool. But yeah, a lot of my old friends are just real fucking gay now. And they're like super down with like being non-binary and shit. And I'm like,
it's all for attention, man, because no one cares anymore.
And like I don't even care about that, but they're the type of people that are like, oh, you can't say faggot anymore because I'm like, bro, we grew up calling people faggots. We grew up calling each other faggots. Like it's just a fucking word. It's not a big deal. But oh no, you can't say retarded, and they're like those kinds of people. And I'm like, dude,
and then they'll continue to listen to the same music. This is funny.
Well, the funny thing about that is I'm like, brother, I could destroy your life. Like if I wanted to, you guys are out here posting all this lame shit about how good of a person you are, virtue signaling. I could get on here and start posting about some shit that me and you used to do together. Like I could destroy your fucking life if you want to act like this. I won't because I'm not a dick. But I love that when these people that you used to party with and do crazy shit together in the future, they become these fucking weird, lame squares. And it's like, dude, I was there.
Well, they really aren't like that. It's all for the internet, dude. Because I know a lot of friends that I have like now, where they're like the craziest people in person, but then online you see them share something like, "Oh, we shouldn't talk like this, or we shouldn't talk to women that way, or you shouldn't say this." I'm like, bro, like I was literally just with you, and how like the way you were talking. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, it's just internet virtue signaling.
What's with like I sent you that reel of that woman trying to say that they killed, what was it, Renee Good because she was gay.
Yeah.
Like the story is being spinned now for that. And then there's those women that are shaving their heads to like protest.
Women love to shave their heads on the internet. Like girls love shaving their heads for causes for social causes.
For causes.
Like, brother, all you've accomplished is made yourself look ugly. Like, what is that even? Like, and it's performative. It's always been performative. Same with the girls that grow out their armpit hair. It's the same thing. Like, and by the way, I would say this stuff if I was a leftist too. If I was like a hardcore fucking lefty who was like defending Renee Good or whatever, I would say the same shit. I'd be like, bro, you guys are wasting my time. Like, I'm gonna go to college and like get into politics and like run for office and like put on a suit and actually get into the system. You guys are out here just like, oh, I'm going to shave my head on TikTok. Like, oh, I'm sure Trump's real upset by that. I'm sure Trump's really going to change his ways because some fucking dumb broad retard bitch face shaved her head on the internet. Like, you're wasting my time.
You know what's interesting is the sommeliers have been so quiet about this.
You know what's funny? So I've been thinking, like, it is really crazy how, like, it's the whole thing's tragic, like with the Renee Good thing, but it's like how just like it had like, is this like some kind of like CIA fucking project? Because as soon as the whole Minneapolis thing got exposed, like a week after, you see the Renee Good thing happen out of nowhere. Like, is that not strange or weird to you?
Minnesota, there's this meme saying like Minnesota's got crazy lore. Don't forget George Floyd was in Minnesota too.
Right? It's like, what the fuck? Like, it is strange.
It is kind of weird because like when you go back for like the history of Minnesota, because like I grew up in Minnesota and my family lives there, it all derives from like basically like Swedish settlers and farmers. So it's weird that it turned, but you know what, here's the thing, is like everything that you see going on in Minnesota is going on in the Twin Cities. When you leave the Twin Cities, it's basically 95% white farmland. And so, it's the equivalent of, and I guess they do that here, of like just showing what's going on in California just in LA and basing all of California around Los Angeles, when California is huge and there's so much more going on.
Like I always talk about my part of California. You drive around the back roads, you're a farmer. But then people think of just LA. That's what California is, or San Francisco, and it's
because like when you go out like in the sticks out there, like in the middle of nowhere and all the farmland, like there's no sommeliers. It's like old fucking farmers that have owned that land for like 100 years. So
it is funny that Somalians and immigrants like still just hate on white people. Like now you see these posts from black chicks who are like, oh, I don't give a fuck about Renee Good. Like, you can't say her name. That's for black girls. Like, brother, these people still fucking hate you. Like, you're out here dying for these people, and they still fucking hate you and think you're racist and like want nothing to do with you.
I
Like,
know. That's why I said like fuck immigrants. Like they like I know this is woman that was like
yeah, hell yeah.
But no,
now we're talking.
But no, they're like there's this woman that was like, and this is coming from like I'm partially Puerto Rican, so I have like an immigrant family, but it's like I've had a person that said on Facebook like, oh, they're coming for you next if you don't say something. I'm like, well, black people have been here since the 1700s. We are nationalized. We are Americans. I'm not a fucking African American. I've never lived in fucking Africa. I'm a fucking American. And who are you to tell me because your grandparents came here and fucking crossed the border illegally that they're getting fucking whatever? Like, don't compare us. So it's like I don't understand black people that support the immigrants because I'm like, there a lot of them are more racist than white people.
Oh, they all.
I mean, if you go like in LA, dude, people would think like a lot of Mexicans will think I don't speak Spanish, and so they say something, and then it's like I can hear them say "mayate," and I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? Like I hear you talking about me. Like, so a lot of these Mexicans here, I don't give a fuck. Take them all out. I don't give a shit.
Okay,
You know why?
I
Because none of them actually like me.
Is
I just want to comment.
I was gonna say, is there an official term? Because I hear Somalians, and then I hear people.
So Somalian is wrong, and what I'm saying is also wrong. The correct term is just
Somali.
Somaliers.
Yeah. I'm like Somaliers.
I just say Somalians because
no, apparently the proper correct term is Somalis.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I
So
just say
we all
Somalians.
had it wrong. It's okay. The intention was there.
If they were talking about me, they wouldn't give a fuck to get my shit correct. So I don't care.
Exactly. They don't care.
I don't care.
Like,
Yeah, I think there's a crazy mental illness going around with these people simping over motherfuckers that hate you. You know, it's like, bro, you don't have to hate. You don't have to hate them. I'm not saying you have to hate immigrants or Somalians or whatever the fuck, but
Did
just
you
remember.
see?
Remember, before you start chasing federal law agencies, these people hate you. These people that you're fighting for, they hate you. That's all I'm saying. If you want to continue chasing federal agents around town, that's fine. But please just remember, they don't fucking like you, and they want you to, they want you to get the fuck out of their way.
Yeah, I will say though, like growing up in Minnesota, I did go to school with a number of them, and at least I can say the kids that I had went to school with weren't very nice to me. So
the correct term is skinnies. No, the proper term is pirates. That's the correct term. But actually, I don't even like calling them pirates because pirates are badass, and I don't want to.
Did you see that? I think I sent you that video. What's that kid's name that's exposed all this?
Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley. He posted a video. He did like an interview where he went into one of their like cultural, like he called it like a grocery store, but it looked like a little mall. And it was like everybody that was working there was Somalian. And he interviewed a guy that was like working in a store, and the guy was like, oh yeah, like our culture is in abundance here, and like the Muslims are going strong. Like, and then Nick was like, oh, okay. So
yeah, Minnesota just seems like a crazy place right now.
yeah.
They got a lot going on. They got a lot of shit
It's
going
always
on.
like the go-to for everything. I know, it's so funny. It's like, what the fuck?
All right, I'm going to hard segue us into this topic. We're doing Brittany, Furlan, Ronnie, Radke again.
Okay.
Because
this is fun.
The story continues. So yeah, I posted about it on the Instagram. I talked to Brittany Furlan. I posted. So what I initially posted was a story about how. So where we left off last week was, remember that little interview that the TMZ person did with Ronnie Radke? It looked like it was in his driveway or something. And the interviewer during the interview asked Ronnie, do you think Neve from Catfish should get involved? Keep that in mind, because this is going to come up. And I said this to Brittany Furlan. So the interviewer from TMZ asked Ronnie, do you think they should get Neve from Catfish? And Ronnie basically just said, yeah, sure. Bring him in. Bring in anybody is what he said. Bring in everybody. It's not like Ronnie came out and said, I want Neve to come and handle this. the TMZ interviewer asked him, and Ronnie basically just said, yeah, sure. Like, he didn't give a fuck. So then the next day, Neve from Catfish does this interview on TMZ and literally just comes out and says, I'm friends with Brittany Furlan and I've talked to her and she told me the whole story and I believe her and I think Ronnie's lying. So, and then he tried to do a little bit of like believe all women type shit on top of it, but it was very silly how he just flat out admitted, yeah, I'm friends with Brittany and I've only talked to her, but I believe her completely. It's like, okay, of course you do. So then Ronnie then came out and trashed Neve, which was hilarious, and brought up all these. I guess I didn't even know about this about Neve, that Neve's had like sexual misconduct allegations brought against him by women. So Ronnie's like, oh, believe all women, huh?
Yeah,
And
I
then,
saw that.
so, anyways, what I posted on the Instagram was after Neve did that little interview with TMZ, Brittany Furlan posted that interview and said, you guys should check this out, as if this was like some big score for her because Neve came out and said, oh, I take Brittany's side. So I posted that and I said, Brittany's fucking retarded. She literally thinks this is like a point in her field on her side. And all it is Neve coming out and simping for her because they're personal friends. So then Brittany messaged me because I did tag her in the post because I tag celebrities if I'm talking about them. I would have tagged Ronnie, but he doesn't have his Instagram. And so Brittany messaged me and she said, actually, no, I didn't go to Neve. It's Ronnie who said that Neve should get involved. And I messaged her back and I said, no, the TMZ interviewer the TMZ interviewer brought up Neve. And Ronnie just said, sure. Yeah, why not? Basically, like Ronnie didn't give a fuck. Ronnie probably would have never mentioned Neve in the first place if no one brought him up. And then Brittany Furlan did end up being in, and I also in that message said, but look, if you come out and bring out some evidence or some proof that we haven't seen yet, I will get on the internet and I will completely apologize and I will jump right. I was basically like, I'll be fair about it if you actually have anything. She got real nice at that point. She was like, look, I understand your perspective, blah, blah, blah. But she was like, I have a lot of stuff that I have not released yet. And it's going to come out when we do this whole this trial, this hearing that's coming up or whatever. And I just said, okay, I don't know what you could possibly have, but I'll wait and see what you got. And again, like I said, if you're right, I will come out and I will simp hard for you. And I said that. I said, I'll simp for you on the internet if it turns out that you're right. So then we got something else that came up was, it turns out, so also in the last chapter, Ronnie had filed a restraining order against Brittany Furlan, which I guess the judge denied because there's no violence involved. Basically, they said there's no threat to Ronnie. Well, then a couple days later, Brittany filed a restraining order against Ronnie. And what I'm saying is, watch how funny it's going to be because she's a girl. The California judge is going to accept her restraining order. So, then after that, there's this. Ronnie Radke files a lawsuit against online impersonators. And how it goes is Ronnie Radke's filed a lawsuit against people he says have been impersonating him online. The suit claims one person has been posing as him on Snapchat since last year to scare, threaten, or trick others. And another person has been doing the same on Instagram. Ronnie says he doesn't know who these people are, which is why they're listed as John Doe. But he says this is a legal step that's needed so that they can subpoena Snapchat for metadata and IP address info to show that he never messaged anyone, including Brittany Furlan. So I didn't know this was a thing you could do. He's suing people that he doesn't even know who they are. But by doing so, Snapchat will have to send him metadata and IP addresses. So we might actually get to find out who this guy is. That would be hilarious. I'm telling you, what if it's some fucking Somalian from Minnesota that's been catfishing Brittany Furlan this whole time?
Usually, okay, so I think usually what happens, specifically from watching the show Catfish, it's someone that's close to the victim, as you call it. So it's probably someone that she knows. And a lot of these people that catfish are very skilled at what they do. So when she's saying, "Oh, I have evidence that, nobody knows about," it's just probably stuff that she thinks is legit, but it's really not. Because, I mean, Ronnie's like a 40-something-year-old man, and he's always so busy. He's not bored. Why would he be doing this?
Yeah, keep in mind.
It's not him.
Keep in mind, I don't believe Brittany. I still think Ronnie's innocent in all this. I'm just, now that she's messaged me and has been nice to me, I'm going to be nicer about it. But I will say, if all this shit comes out and it still turns out that Ronnie's right and Brittany's wrong, I'm trashing the shit out of her and I'm tagging her in it. And I'm gonna go fucking nuclear on her and talk mad shit. But since she was nice to me, and since I love Tommy Lee, you know, I was nice to her. I was very polite and respectful.
Tommy doing all of this.
That would be the best. I really, honestly, I hope it's a fucking Somalian in Minnesota. Is what I hope it is.
Well, I mean, if you guys actually, no, there's nothing wrong with a 40-year-old man. I'm just saying, like, because of his age, like, he's a grown man.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
why
not
would he be
catfishing
doing?
people.
Yeah, he has a very established life and career. You know, he's no idle hands. Like, he's busy, and so he would, you know, where would he have time to be doing such a thing? This is crazy.
Yeah, I
One
don't
more
see. Of course, he wouldn't do it because I think if he wanted to hook up with her, he would just message her and wouldn't give a fuck. Why would
Yeah.
you even go through all the this page just is fake and like it's weird?
Something else that came out that Annie actually sent me. Ronnie Radke's girlfriend posted this. She said, "This woman claiming my boyfriend is obsessed with her sent this threat message back in May when it came out she had been catfished. And we tried to tell her, I'm so sorry, but it's not possible. And she spiraled from there. Hasn't stopped instigating or lying about being catfished since. I was with him 24/7. It's not possible it was him, and I can't wait until we can give her the identity and IP address of the catfish so she can finally get the help she needs." So this is a message that Brittany Furlan sent to Ronnie's girlfriend. She says, "Girl, you think you're hard just because you're a fake juggalo? You're just a broken woman. I'm not scared of you. You don't know the life that I've lived. You and your little boyfriend are about to be shook by the truth that we just uncovered," making it sound like Ronnie's on the fucking Epstein list or something. "Stay tuned, Blackheart." That's awesome. That's actually pretty hot. Brittany Furlan sending Ronnie's girlfriend to Blackheart. I demand an OnlyFans scene from these two. If he doesn't say anything, I won't say anything. And trust me, you don't want me to say what I found out. So this is your choice. If you decide to say something, then all of the truth will come to light. My lawyer has sent his lawyer fair. To me, this sounds like
You know-
Brittany Furlan's gonna I feel like what's gonna happen is Ronnie's gonna come out and prove his innocence. And then Brittany Furlan's gonna try to come out and be like, Ronnie raped a teenager back in 2012. Like, I feel like it's something like
Yeah.
this message sounds
Yeah,
a lot
that's got
darker.
nothing to do with what's going on. Exactly.
This reminds me of
Exactly.
like when kids are always trying to like taunt other kids, like, well, you don't know what I know, when really like they know nothing. Like, because she keeps reiterating, like, oh, you don't want me to say what I know. And it's just like, well, you actually don't know anything. You're just saying that
If you had it, you would have
to
already
like
said
try
it.
to get a reaction. You know, if you knew it, just say it. Just fucking say it to prove your innocence if you know so much information.
And she's
It's
already
crazy.
gotten, Ronnie's already posted screenshots of like Brittany Furlan's been like messaging like teenage girls being like,
Asking,
will you make a statement to TMZ saying that Ronnie messaged you when you were 16? Like, she's obviously, it seems like at this point she's trying to deflect from the catfish story and now just like sync Ronnie with some, some story from like
But
2012.
like, where is Tommy? Like, what is going on in his
Yeah.
mind? He's probably like,
like, bro,
"What?"
like,
Tommy-
bro, she's like, this is not gonna make you look any better either way.
Tommy is who I feel the worst for in all of this because Tommy is just at home in bed getting cucked out by Brittany, basically. Like, yeah, he looks really bad in all of this. And the fact that he's going to stay with her and defend her,
Oh, wait.
wild.
Okay. Sorry. Hold on. Just came in from the Citizen app. There's been a new ICE-involved shooting in Minneapolis where a
Of course.
civilian was shot in the leg, involved with reports involving federal agents incoming.
You see what I mean? This is
Yeah,
what I'm
bro.
saying. Because, okay, so this happened in, I think there was another shooting in like Washington or something right the next day after that Minneapolis thing. So what, like, this may sound like fucking crazy conspiracy land, but like, what if all this shit is just, I don't know,
Okay,
just fucking bull, like made up,
So
honestly.
there's protests going on as we speak, and people are rioting, and so some man tried to like wield and throw a shovel at an ICE agent, and so they shot him in the leg.
So
I
two
feel
things.
I think the Minnesota government is like trying to go to war with the federal government.
Dude, I'm telling you, because okay, so I did 2 searches. So the first one, I saw this video. This woman, she kind of exposed like the whole like people searching names in Israel and then in DC and stuff like that. And so people searched Renee Good's name.
Yeah, like
in
a
Israel,
couple days before.
Yeah.
A couple days before and in 2024. It's like, bro, and Israel, Washington, D.C. Like, how, like, bro, how, like, come on. Like, how, it's like, I think it's the most obvious, like, oh, we got exposed for all this embezzlement of billions of fucking dollars in tax dollars. So let's just start some shit. And then there's the guy who was burning the American flag at a protest and then just walked away.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And went back to his car.
But the big wild card is the Google searches from Israel. Like, who the fuck in Israel is Google searching these people? Like, who in Israel knows who Renee Good is before anything ever happens? Like, that is, to me, that's a crazy thing that people have discovered recently, that all these events are being searched by people in Israel, coincidentally, right before they happen. But because that would have nothing to do with, like, Minnesota trying to deflect from the fraud stuff. So let's, ramp up a bunch of ICE stuff. Dude, I don't know. It's getting weird. It's they definitely are obviously trying to start beef with like the federal government. Like Minnesota definitely wants a civil war. I mean, they literally fucking Tim Walz was literally talking about how he's got the Minnesota National Guard on standby to like fight ICE agents. Like Tim Walz is literally talking about sending out the National Guard to fight ICE agents in Minnesota, which would be fucking awesome, by the way, I just have to say. But yeah, no, the ICE stuff is just like, there are people on Reddit. I learned, I don't know if Annie sent me this too, or I saw somewhere else, but there are people on Reddit who believe that ICE was created. They believe that ICE is an agency that was created by Donald Trump, and that they're basically just like his army. Like they just do whatever he wants. And it's like, brother, this shit's been around since Bush.
Yeah, that's weird. Obama used ICE.
They do, like, what all do they do? I remember seeing a clip where Charlie Kirk was talking about ICE overall, and, like, they don't just, like, deport people. They do a ton of other things. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what else exactly.
I know they do investigations and shit like that. They do investigations into like people coming in, like as far as like the cartel, you would see it's the people think like it's the FBI doing it, but it's actually ICE that investigates a lot of the cartels using human migration in order to push drugs in. Or like they found out ICE, people don't know, actually investigated the whole Broadway play called Shin Yun, and that they're actually getting whatever it's they call it.
Isn't it like Shin Yun? Like if they're not in town, they're coming to town.
Yeah,
because they're always traveling.
They're always traveling, and a lot of it is through that human migration where we don't know that they're taking so much like drugs and opium and all kinds of shit and just bringing it in through that. So ICE is actually does a lot of that. Like, it's really about immigration, but they do more
what's
than just
funny
like,
is,
hey, pick them up and throw them in the truck type of thing.
Yeah, Fizz has us here. Enforcing federal immigration customs laws, protecting national security. Yeah, so it sounds like they would do like FBI stuff when it comes to illegals, like you were talking about, like immigration and shit.
I think I sent you a clip yesterday, and it was like of Obama speaking, and he was talking about what he wanted to do with immigration. And
you will go back.
And like all the Democratic Party was like, hell yeah, like let's do this. And Obama has deported. Didn't he deport way more people?
More than Trump.
Yeah,
more people than Trump could even dream of
deporting.
And
they're saying that like the only reason we are where we are is because the news is actually reporting it now, and so people are kind of like,
the reason that we are where we are now. The reason we are where we are now is because when Obama was deporting people, Democrats were supportive of it. The news was not covering it. And so basically all these sanctuary states and cities is what happened. So like back in the day, if Obama said, go into California and find illegal immigrants in this city, California would comply with ICE and say, okay, here's the town that they're probably living in. They would help them out. But now you've got these sanctuary states and cities that are actively trying to stop ICE. So it becomes a conflict and then the news covers it. Yeah, ICE was like Obama's right-hand man. So for people to think it's like for people to think it's like Donald Trump's personal task force. Like people on Reddit literally think it's like his personal task force. Like they might be doing immigrants today, but like next month, Donald Trump might have ICE like mowing his lawn and shit is what people on Reddit think ICE is. And it's like, dude, it's just a fucking doomed world that we live in. Like it's just a doomed country. Really quick, we can keep going on about this, but we will hard segue into a little bit of a lighter topic, a little bit of hope to keep us alive in the world. The Euphoria trailer came out, and thank God for this angel on Twitter.
It did?
Euphoria 3, the trailer for season 3 came out. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Can we watch it live? I need to see this.
We can watch it, but let me pull up something first though. They basically took all the clips from the Sydney Sweeney parts of the trailer. Because in this new season, she's an OnlyFans girl, so it's good shit.
I didn't know anything about the new season. I didn't even know they were making one. What?
So this is what we got Sydney Sweeney doing in the new Euphoria, dude. What are we talking about?
I'm just making content.
Oh my god, this is awesome. This is all I'm going to be talking about on the stream.
Well, okay, this is interesting that they're having her do it because in the first 2 seasons, like the fat girl that hung out with them, she was doing like OnlyFans. And I know that in real life, I don't know the actress's name, but she lost a shit ton of weight. So I wonder if it has to do something with that, because with the first 2 seasons, it was like she was on OnlyFans and people were fetishizing her because of her weight. And so now that she's lost weight, I'm wondering if that's why they're having Sydney Sweeney do OnlyFans to have like a new storyline going on. But I'm gonna make this
I'm gonna make this the new background on the stream.
Honestly, like it just looks like shit is coming out of her ass.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. They're saying, bro, it looks like a dookie coming out.
I didn't think of that.
Yes, I will pull up the whole trip. Jesus Christ, you guys. If when I die, somebody could promise me that like when you die, you can just like be reincarnated as an object in Sydney Sweeney's bedroom. I'd be pulling triggers like tomorrow.
What the fuck?
All right, yeah, let me find the whole trailer.
When does it come out? Do you know?
I do not know. I've never actually watched the show.
Oh, I'm gonna be so hyped. I have to look this up then. I love Euphoria.
April 12th.
Okay, I will be watching and reporting here.
Yeah, you actually should let me know how it goes because I've never watched the show. I've literally only watched some Sydney Sweeney scenes.
Go down, Moses. A few years after high school, I don't know if life was exactly what I wished. But somehow.
Do you guys like Zendaya, whatever the fuck?
I love her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think I've ever actually seen her in anything. I'm just trying to. Yesterday, I played a trailer on the channel, and I got a copyright. The video's still fine, but I did get a copyright. But they said because I let the trailer play in full, you have to transform it. So I'm gonna pause every few seconds to say something.
For the first time, I was beginning to have faith.
Hello, Rue. You owe me money.
That seemed kind of badass, actually.
You know, I wonder how they're gonna play this out because one of the main guys died in real life, between here and the last season. So I wonder what they're gonna say in the storyline to cut him off.
When was the last season of Euphoria?
It's like years ago. What, like 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, so this has been a thing in a lot of the pop culture channels that I've watched, talking about how TV writers today are absolute shit. So, Stranger Things, there was 3 years between the last season and this most recent season. Well, the Duffer Brothers came out and said, oh, don't be mad at us if you hated the last season. It was really hard, and Netflix was putting a lot of pressure on us. And people are like, bro, you had 3 years to write 8 fucking episodes. What are you talking about pressure? Like, people used to turn out daily episodes of television shows on a fucking weekly basis. And you guys are talking about a lot of pressure to. And now all these shows, there's like 4 fucking years between seasons. It's like, brother, I've moved on with my life since the last season. Like, what do you? I don't know how these people are. They're lucky that these girls still look young and attractive with that much time between the seasons.
I'm of the belief that certain people are cursed.
I work all day. My bride-to-be is spread eagles on the internet.
That was a great quote. I work all day and my bride-to-be is spread eagle
Wait,
on the
so
internet.
I don't recall in the last season of them really being together or ending up together, so I wonder what that means now.
Maybe they
They're
get together.
proposing, but yeah. But that's
Maybe
funny
that's like-
because like all these people are technically like our age and they're supposed to be like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like it's crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They've been
They're
doing that
lucky.
for a
like
while, though.
is it like Jacob Ellerty like 35? Like how old is that?
Yeah.
man?
That's what I'm saying.
So
With-
old.
With them taking 3 years between seasons, they're lucky that this staff has managed, or this cast has managed to stay looking young. Because it's like, bro, they're in their 30s now, and you've got them playing 18-year-olds. Sydney Sweeney will probably be hot as shit. I mean, her entire life. I can't imagine her ever aging out. or
Nah,
anything.
I think she has 5 years left, bro. To be honest with you.
I feel like because she's like
I'll be honest with
she's
you.
like more natural than most of the Hollywood girls. Like she does not have all the fucking. She doesn't have. To me, one of the biggest heartbreaks is Jenna Ortega. I used to love Jenna Ortega.
Oh man, yes. I
Today she
agree.
looks like a
Yeah.
fucking skeleton, and not the kind of skeleton that I usually like. Jenna Ortega was hot as shit. She was like my favorite. She was like my original Sydney Sweeney. I love Jenna Ortega, and now she looks fucking scary. And it's like, what have you done? Sydney Sweeney does not look like that. Sydney Sweeney doesn't look like she's pumped her face full of shit and like,
Very
So,
natural. Yeah.
So I think she might age better than a lot of the Hollywood people.
I was just making content.
I don't pretend to know why, but there's got to be something wrong with them.
Are you seeing anyone? No. You hear about Jules?
Not that weird. Every girl I meet is a sugar baby.
Yeah, but you don't do it.
No, I'm not a fucking hooker.
Wherever these unlucky folk go, there's a cascade of trouble.
You walk up into my house, dance with my girls, and you don't even introduce yourself.
Oh, motherfucker!
The show's really just about kids partying and getting in over their heads, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's just like high school super sexualized.
The Skeleton of Grace Jones. I refuse to watch any what's that fucking freak show's name? Cynthia Erivo shit on the channel. I refuse to have that fucking weirdo look. I fucking despise Cynthia Erivo. Cynthia Erivo is like everything wrong with Hollywood today, and everything that Hollywood wants you to think is attractive.
Did you see how Ariana was at the Golden Globes and now that she's not with her anymore doing a press tour, like she's finally like turning back to normal?
Yeah.
She looks like she put some
not
weight
doing the
back
whole,
on
like,
and has
thing
color
like
in her
this.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just fucking edgelords.
It's a new chapter, all right? Gotta have faith.
Your girl, Rue.
Don't
I take her.
Rue belongs to us.
The problem is, if you make a deal with the devil, there's no turning back.
Tell me something. You believe in God?
Yeah.
Let's see if he believes in you.
Is there one main character? Is Zendaya like the most main character?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most
Yeah, it's
part.
about her.
Is it like she's the main character, or is it like a That 70s Show where they're all the main character, but Eric Foreman is kind of technically the main character?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that 70s show, I'd say.
Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to find one particular shot. This. It's funny because like no matter how many times you see Sydney Sweeney's tits, like, I mean, you can literally just find them on the internet, like, completely out. But it's always a fucking nice. It's always nice. It just never gets old. They just never get old. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
She put on like 5 pounds and looks semi-normal. Yeah, Ariana Grande, even with the 5 pounds, looks more normal than before. It's funny how Ariana Grande fans will tell you that you're body shaming if you talk about, and it's like, brother, she looks like she's going to die. Like, it's not even body
Yeah, I
shaming at this
know.
point. It's like people genuinely concerned for a human being's health. Like, what are you talking about?
I think she's doing it on purpose, dude. That's what they do. It's Hollywood, man. They try to get attention and say, "Oh, look at me." That's what it is, because they know it's going to get people talking.
Fizz, this trailer had Spanish subtitles, so I think a lot of the text was in Spanish. I don't know why I found a Spanish trailer, but I did. But yeah, that is the new trailer for the new season of Euphoria. It looks interesting to me. I've seen some clips from it that look like I could get into it. I just, you know how I am with like series. I just got Miami Vice on DVD. I need to watch that whole series. Like, that's where I'm at with my life. People are on the new season of Euphoria and Stranger Things. I'm about to watch Miami Vice, so I don't know about you guys. Kids in Africa take up funds to feed her. Yeah, kids in Africa are trying to help Ariana Grande not die. But all right, that was my lighthearted bit, especially because of the next topic I've got. But I don't know. I don't fucking know. I swear to God, I really hope that Ronnie Radke catfish is a Somalian in Minnesota. There's no way it's gonna be. It just would be great.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. We'll go to it. Pennsylvania grave robber.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Annie, you'll probably love this. A little modern day true crime for the channel. So in Pennsylvania, there's a guy who's been arrested, I think, for they have found the remains of like 100 people in his house. And he's been grave robbing, and he admits that he's been selling them online.
Yeah, what? And there's some rappers that's been some rapper, I forgot his name. He's been buying everything that pretty much everything he's been selling to.
I've not looked into it until now, so this is my first read. The Pennsylvania man suspected of stealing more than 100 pieces of human remains from a historic cemetery has allegedly admitted to selling some of them online, while the graveyard solicits donations to upgrade its security. Jonathan Gerlach, purported admission, along with the most complete account of of how he caught the attention of law enforcement, are contained in search warrants obtained by authorities investigating a case one government official called a horror movie come to life. Detectives said they were already investigating reports of cemetery burglaries when police evidently received a tip that was submitted online and urged them to look into whether Gerlach was connected to one mausoleum robbery in particular, as the Pennsylvania news outlet WHP-TV reported in the Baltimore Sun. The tipster described knowing someone who had been in Gerlach's home and had spotted a partially decomposed corpse hanging in the basement.
A few of them, actually, not just one.
And he's a 34-year-old. He claims to have been in Chicago selling a human skull at one point. Who is buying this stuff?
There are people. There's people selling this stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, that was him. He on Facebook Marketplace. He's like the biggest ones. He sells to a lot of death museum stores and a lot. He sells a lot, honestly. I mean, I didn't see a problem with it at first until it was recent skeletons. I'm like, if they're 200 years old, I don't think anyone cares. But like,
and it's not Jax.
It is weird for it to be like,
it's not Jax the Ripper.
Oh yeah, no. What sucks is that I guess I would assume that people buying human remains online are like wannabe hipster girls that are using it for like house decorations. Like, oh, that skull would look great on my fucking bookshelf, and it's not even anything cool.
You should look up a picture of him. He looks. I mean, he it looks like he would do something like that.
I was gonna find. Yeah. He does look like he'd be homies with Jax the Ripper, actually.
Oh
even
yeah.
He's even you would
Really?
expect
He
like a
looks like he'd be in any like hardcore band.
yeah, you would expect a guy that looks like Jeffrey Dahmer, but instead you have a what looks like an edgelord. Yeah, it looks like he'd be in a band. But it sounds like he was mostly doing it for the money if he's selling the parts online.
That's crazy.
So that's when it would get a little weird because it's like, yeah, you would think he's he's probably obviously got some kind of mental illness. But when I hear the story without seeing a picture, I assume Fizz says it's Annie's ex. Jesus. I would assume it's like a Jeffrey Dahmer looking nerd guy, but no, it is or cousin.
Oh God. No.
Well, which one is it? It can't be the ex or ex or cousin. That's kind of a
None of them. Definitely not my type.
Annie's cousins are all Somalians.
Yeah. We've established that.
Bitches be painting in period and blood to get their dream in. It's wild out on the streets. Yeah, no, it's just if it's strictly to make money, what I want to know is how do you get away with that? Because you've got to think. There's cemeteries have groundskeepers, that are mowing the lawn every day and shit. And when you dig up a grave, you've probably got to put it back how you found it, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? You've got to do a good job, like reburying what parts you didn't take and getting the grass back on it evenly to make it look like. That's what I'd be curious about. Like, is this the most unkempt cemetery in the world? Or is this guy just a really good landscaper that can dig a hole and then put it back exactly the way he found it? And yeah, we don't hear a lot of grave robbing stories nowadays. It's not a common thing. Props to the guy for getting away with over 100 bodies, though. I mean, I'm always the one to talk about how, with serial killers, nobody does it. No one's in it for the game anymore. No one's in it for the long run. We're in the era of the mass shooter nowadays. No one can do like a full, like, oh, I'm going to kill people for 5 years and get away with it. I'd be curious to know when this guy started. Like, it had to have been years. You don't dig up over 100 bodies in less than at least a year.
Yeah, I'm sure he's had some experience.
Bro's technically a side lawn technician. Yeah.
Unless he like knew someone at the cemetery.
Maybe he would. Yeah, maybe Fizz said maybe he was the groundskeeper.
Yeah.
Maybe he had an inside source at the cemetery. But that would be weird too, because that would mean you'd have to get really lucky and hope like a mentally ill dude works at the cemetery and like become friends with him. I like cemeteries. There's a really nice cemetery in my hometown. I had my first date and first kiss with Calamity Jane was at that cemetery. And then I've talked about I hooked up with a girl in a mausoleum at that cemetery one time too. That one's a little embarrassing. I was like 27 or 28, way too old to be doing stuff like that in public, but there's a mausoleum that's pretty cool, and we did it in the mausoleum because there's an open window in the back of the mausoleum that you can climb into. But so I don't usually brag about that one as much, but the Calamity Jane thing was great. That was a great first date. I will never have another first date like that again. Any girl who I ever get with in the future, I'll say this right now on the record and hope that she never sees it. Any girl I end up with in the future, I am absolutely settling. Okay, I will tell you that I love you and I'll say all that shit, but you will never like satisfy me like ex-girlfriends I've had. I'm past my falling in love days. Any girl from now on is purely settling. I don't know why you think those two facts are a flex. No, I told you the hookup in the mausoleum is not a flex. The first date is a flex just because, I mean, we're talking LOML type shit for Taylor Swift fans out there. Oh, I just noticed Johnny's talking. Oh, we can't hear you. Or I can't hear you. I don't know about Annie.
Can you hear me now?
I'm here.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I was like, what's the difference between this and
archaeology?
The law.
I mean, aren't you technically
The
I
law.
mean, yeah, the law. I mean, duh, but like, I mean, what is
Also-
it? I don't know. Like, I don't care about. Like, I know it's like sucks if it's like a recent like death, but if it's like apparently they said it was like 200-year-old bones, I'm pretty sure all the people that cared about them are dead now. So
Well, yeah, the difference would be the law and also like technical education and training. You know, like I'm sure this guy did not go to school to learn about how to properly handle a cadaver or anything like that. Whereas, like Annie, didn't you go to school for it or study? You
Yeah, I went to school for it and I did it for years.
yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe you should hit this guy up and ask him if he wants any lessons so you could charge him some money.
Nah.
I mean, he is in jail, I guess so. You could write to him in jail though and be like, "Hey, I'll properly train
but
you when you get
He
out."
can go to school in jail. He can learn there.
I guess that's true. I'm sure people in jail get better resources than I do out here on the outside world.
Yeah, they get free healthcare.
But yeah, it was great to get a grave robbing story. That is old school. We don't get a
It
lot
is
of
very
those.
old school.
Like I said, really the only grave robber we have is Ed Gein. The Misfits. I know there's a story about the guys from the Misfits digging up I think they dig up some bones in like, New Orleans.
They did. Yep.
Yeah, that's always a good story.
But it was
And
back
they
then when you can get away with shit without cameras and fucking.
Well, they got arrested, but they
But he
ditched-
was dumb. I mean, you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, dude. It's eventually people are gonna be like, "How are you making all this money, and where are you getting all these skeletons and shit at?" You know, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, no, he was dumb to be selling that shit online. Like, yeah, people are gonna ask you, like, "Bro, how are you so stocked up on bones?"
I think this feels so like Craigslist coded. We need to be bringing back more Craigslist stories.
It does sound like a Craigslist thing. You're selling body parts on Craigslist.
Which most definitely I'm sure has happened.
Oh yeah, I think Craigslist nowadays is just a grounds for weirdos.
It's crazy because like I wonder if the younger generation today even knows of Craigslist.
If they do, they know it as a place for serial killers and date rapists.
Because I just remember growing up with it and it being, to like buy furniture and look for jobs. And it was like so legit.
But no, it was weird back then too. They just didn't straight out say like, "Oh, I need someone to fuck." It was back then. It was like, "Do you want to attend this party? Message me for details." And it's like, what do you mean by that?
I always like the missed connections ads. Those were the
Yeah.
best.
Or like the ones that's like,
I know someone that met their long-term girlfriend from a misconnection on Craigslist.
I was gonna say, does anyone know any story where it's worked?
Yeah. I have a friend years ago, like 15 years ago, he made an ad on Craigslist. He said like, white male, this age. I'm going he's like, I'm going to be walking across this intersection at this place at this time. If you're interested, come walk with me. And some girl showed up and like just walked across the street with him. And then they got along and like she's been around since.
Wait, I thought
crazy.
Missed Connections, Dixon Cider, that is a great story. I thought Missed Connections was like, hey, I saw a redhead girl in Starbucks yesterday. If this is you.
Yeah, no, that is the misconnections. But the ones where you can meet people, that's where that story lies in place. But the misconnections is like, I saw this girl at Starbucks. You don't know me, but if you're there, reach out.
I wonder how many people have gotten raped from Craigslist.
Probably a shit ton.
Oh yeah. And I mean that like, I'm being a dick and like
I
joking,
always
but
think like the sex ones are weird, where it's like
like I need two big black muscular men for a party.
Yeah.
Like we know exactly what they're talking about. Like it's some billionaire that's like going on Craigslist, like I need this but now it's hard to really do that now.
there's like the ones that are just like straight up honest and so explicit, where it's just like some guy, like man for woman, you know, and then he's just saying like huge dick needs to jack off,
Yeah.
like, you know, like just something horrible.
Fizz, I did see a story like this. I don't know if it was recently, but I feel like there's probably been multiple of these. Yeah, a guy saved a girl getting hit by a bus, and she sued him because he had to grab her and aggressively move her.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of the war between men and women nowadays. There's a documentary called The Craigslist Killer. I might have seen that one. I know I've heard of it. But yeah, I would imagine a lot of people have gotten assaulted through Craigslist ads.
You gotta be crazy to do Craigslist now. You have to be insane to do that now, dude. That's
Yeah, doing anything on Craigslist is a bad move. And Craigslist used to be like the only one too. Like that was the main marketplace online.
It was the place where you could find dates, you could find a job, and you could also get killed, all like in one small corner of the world.
Oh, he never even grabbed her. He just tugged on her jet. That's even more ridiculous. Yeah, that's it.
So what happened? Did she win the lawsuit?
Oh, if it was in California, you bet your ass she won the law. Fizz, do you know if she won?
Yeah.
If it was in California, the judge was probably like, fuck it, make it $1 million, bro. Yeah, that's a ridiculous story. I mean, dude, if I'm a girl, okay, and a guy saves my life, like a bus is coming for me and a guy saves me, I'm sucking his dick. I'm not suing him. You know, not only is she suing him for $500K, but
at least give him a date. Right?
Yeah, not only is she suing him for $500,000, but she's not sucking his dick. Like that's what's wrong with the world today. I think it's still in court. Yeah, that's a ridiculous case. She needs to get the fuck over herself, get on her fucking knees where she belongs for this guy. For this guy, okay? I'm not saying all women belong on their knees. I'm saying for this guy, okay? Someone saves your life. You deserve some head. That happened to me in downtown Sac. You got your dick sucked on K Street in downtown Sac at 8:15 in the morning. Is that what you're saying, Fizz? Or are you saying you saved a girl's life from getting hit by a bus? Or are you saying someone saved your life from getting hit by a bus and you sucked their dick on K Street Plaza in Sacramento at 8:15 in the morning? I had my head in a book, but I stopped at the light, and this girl just kept walking. I looked up, saw a minivan coming. Fizz, are you going to try to tell us that you saved a girl's life? Okay, I'll bring it up really quick, just to do one more thing. I know no one cares. I know no one cares about this. I just want to bring it up because I talked shit about Pearl Jam on TikTok earlier today, or yesterday, and some people are crying about it, which is hilarious. Youngblood teased a potential song with Pearl Jam, which to me just sounds like fucking hell. According to a recent appearance of Rolling Stone, Youngblood says he hit it off with Eddie Vedder during a private all-star jam at the end of 2025, calling him a huge inspiration. I fucking hate Eddie Vedder. Hinting that they might write a song together in the future or whatever. Whatever. Please don't do this, Youngblood, Pearl Jam. Please do not do this. I'm begging you. I keep echoing. I think I'm echoing in like.
So is he just going through like all the rock legends now, and they're just like, dude, give me relevance to money, man. Now, like, it's like,
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Youngblood and Eddie Vedder is like, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. That's weird. Like, it doesn't even go together, to be honest with you. Like, it's just.
So I'm gonna look up missed connections on Craigslist.
Look that up. Look that up. I was going to play a clip really quick while you look that up. I found a great.
Oh wow! You stole my heart, Hollywood, 4 hours ago. You were the only woman that was always able to drain the life and soul out of me, and I enjoyed it. Where are you?
Jesus.
Whoa!
That's incredibly dramatic for a missed connection.
Yeah.
All right, let me show you guys this great video I found.
Racist.
Need Finn. Where's my money?
Started over. I know Fizz will love this, Jesus.
I have 3,000 kids in this daycare who all need Finn. Where's my money at, nigga?
Mr. Droid, it says here that you only have 2 kids at the daycare.
If I don't get 10 million in funding, I'm gonna send a Patriot nigga missile right at the Capitol.
Understood, Mr. Droid. I'll wire the money over to your nigga now.
That's right, nigga.
Oh my god.
Gather round, kids. It's time for some Fent.
Yeah, the George Droid edits are the greatest things. Annie, you should post a Craigslist misconnection as George Droid. You should say, yeah, this is George Droid. I was in Pete's Coffee the other day, and I saw a beautiful redhead who passed by at about 1:42 p.m. If this is you, can you please respond with some Fent?
Okay, so I found one that says, any Nicaraguan men, you met me at the Ralph's on 4th Street and had a quick conversation, then told me you were Latin. You came to my apartment after, and boy, was I shocked at how delicious that turtle-looking dick was. I want it again. Please come over.
What?
Let me feel you again. Male for male. Seal
What?
or Huntington Beach.
Dude, you know the only people who are legitimately trying to fuck on Craigslist like that are absolute fucking freaks.
I love that. How delicious that turtle looking like dick. What does that mean?
What does that even mean?
Oh, I get it. It's probably because he's like
You gotta be uncircumcised.
uncircumcised, yeah.
So oh god. You guys, I hate to get like too low brow on the stream, but me and a group of friends in high school, we did refer to ourselves as the uncut crew for like a year. We go around telling girls like it was me and my band at the time. I was in a band and all of us happened to be similar, and we called ourselves the uncut crew. But,
Okay, yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say Pavilions, Hollywood, Femboy, Late Night Encounter, some definite tension in the sausage section of the store. You definitely felt it as we locked eyes, though it was broken up by someone who was working there. Please come back to me.
So Misconnections is just like a giant fuckfest now.
Yeah, they took away the section where it's like the male for male, they took away the dating section, so it looks like people put all the dating stuff into the Misconnections.
Yeah, see, I thought Misconnections was like find the love of your life type shit. I didn't think it was like get freaky with the turtle dick.
Bang.
With the turtle dick.
Yeah, I thought it would. I thought it was like for like genuine love, not for.
Okay, this is crazy. Okay, 39-year-old male Cerritos looking for female to kiss. I'm just looking to make out, but with a lot of tongue in a car or at the park. I do not want to have sex, but if it happens, it happens. I just want someone to kiss me. That's really sad.
That's pretty cool. No, I kind of like that. That's pretty cool.
What?
The people are so honest like that. That's like that's pretty cool.
That's kind of sad though.
I just want to kiss.
It is really sad.
That's so sad.
Remember that clip I reposted of that fucking nerd-looking kid playing the song on guitar about how he's 20 and he's never been kissed?
Mm-hmm.
I would pull the song up, but it's copyrighted. But yeah, dudes who are 20 and have never been kissed should not be allowed to be musicians and play guitar and shit. But trying to find your first kiss, it sounds like it is on Craigslist, is probably the worst move in the entire. Like, I would rather rob a liquor store than try to get a kiss on Craigslist.
Well, here's one I found, kind of like the burial guy. Looking for a goth girl, living or dead is fine. What works for you?
That has to be a joke. That's a joke. That has to be a joke. Yeah.
Living or dead?
Yeah, like it's like dead. I mean, I don't know.
That means she needs to hook up with the Pennsylvania grave robber.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Okay, here's one. So someone went to the Lowe's, a Lowe's in LA. You were the guy loading wood onto your truck. Can I please help you with that? That's crazy. All right.
So Craigslist has just devolved into pure degeneracy, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, pretty much.
living or dead is fine. Hey, he's open and honest. Hey, you gotta give him the honesty. You know, what dead guy's gonna hit you up? You got to expect that means it's a person. That's why I said hit up the Pennsylvania grave robber, because it's gonna have to be a living person that is offering up a dead person on their behalf.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Craigslist has to be the worst website. Like, the only level lower than Craigslist now is just stuff on the dark web.
I like how it's like childcare and then missed connections. Like it's just all over the place.
Like if someone clicks on one button over on accident, they're in childcare and they're
Yeah.
looking for a good fuck in the childcare section. Looking for a good turtle-shaped penis.
That's awful. What is this? Like, do people use this website?
Yeah, but they're just it's literally probably like 40-year-old
gosh.
virgins, dudes who are on the verge of becoming serial killers.
Probably.
I heard of one where the guy was looking for the cute blonde who farted in front of him while in line at CVS. That checks
There's
out.
a lot of that, yeah.
That checks out. It's probably like, hey, I know you were embarrassed, but trust me, I'm not. You know, you don't need to be embarrassed. Please contact me. All the ghosts reading over Annie's shoulder, like, fuck, I wish I could possess Annie to respond. Oh, to the dead or alive post. Yeah, no, Craigslist, the only thing lower than Craigslist has to be the dark web.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This stuff, I'm looking at it now, it's like crazy.
One of the good ideas.
Wait, I found one. So
No, there's one.
there's another section called rants and raves where people just talk shit about something. The very first post that was posted 5 minutes ago, it says, I grew up Orthodox Jewish. I'm gay and I have nothing in common with any gay. Please help. What?
Sounds like you need to just give up, brother.
That's crazy. That's like so crazy that like you're feeling so bothered and upset about something and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna write a post on Craigslist. I guess like because nobody really uses it. It's kind of like writing in a diary, you could say, because who's gonna see it?
Right.
Okay. The one that Johnny just sent. Heavyset friend with dark remote. This is in Inglewood, so local, somewhat local, I guess, to you guys. I'm looking for a heavyset friend that has a dark remote TV control on top of my bottom TV. I've been needing a dark controller to sync with my TV backroom, with my backroom television. I'm a Latin guy that's usually looking at the bottom of the drawer. What does this mean, like in terms of sex stuff?
I think he's talking about sex. Like it's pretty
Yeah.
clear.
No, he definitely is. I really know how to appreciate a dark remote control. Do you have a DirecTV dark control? Show me your remote to see if it will sync with my television at home.
Wow.
Like, bro, what?
Fish just says this is Johnny's post.
Johnny's post.
Yeah, no, there's got to be some sex terminology for like, are you the remote or are you
That's
the TV?
so weird, though. It's so weird. Like, I don't know.
I just found one of somebody talking about like all the food they're eating. They're complaining about eating too much pasta. And then they're like, last night I had 2 plates of white pasta, and then I had a lot of chocolate chip cookies. I think I ate like 8. So today I had 2 plates of angel hair pasta, and now I'm waiting for my boyfriend to come out of the bathroom. What is going on with people's heads?
I don't know, man.
People that go to Craigslist instead of Reddit are probably, like I said, they're either they're men who are like on the verge of becoming serial killers, just give them like one more month of isolation, or B, they're people that are trying to avoid the politics of Reddit. The people that think that like ICE is Donald Trump's personal agency or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Why aren't people posting this on Reddit? Why are they?
They probably are too, actually. They could be like people just like to post that shit everywhere. Craigslist. It'd be funny to find like I know you've mentioned this idea, find like a guest from Craigslist, like find a musician or some kind of artist.
Yeah, like a weirdo.
What
It'd
I
be
would
so
want to
funny.
find is you know, like back in the day, Tim and Eric's awesome show, when they would have on like David Liebehart, people like that, like get someone like that to come on the show. I could actually have considered hitting up David Liebehart himself. I don't want to pay him, and I think you'd have to pay him. But it'd be funny to get like I think it'd be funny to go on Craigslist or any site for that matter, find some guitar singer, a guy that's I really like your music. You should come on and perform a song acoustic on the stream. But really, it's a guy who I think sucks. And then as soon as he plays, I point and laugh, and I'm like, brother, that's the worst shit I've ever heard. And just harass the guy until he gets off.
You could do that.
Yeah, no, there's a million other places on the internet you should be posting about what you're eating besides Craigslist.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like Fat People Anonymous.
God,
Oh,
fat people.
here's a story we can talk about. Why is the news talking about that Starbucks John Pork thing? Like it's like the biggest deal ever, to where they had to like fire the guy. Do you
I
know
don't even
that
know what you're
story?
talking about.
You don't know that story?
No.
So so you know the meme John Pork? I think I've sent it to you. It's that the guy that's like half man, half pig.
Yeah.
So like the meme is like it says like John Pork is calling, and it's just like a picture of like someone getting a phone call with like this pig calling. So this week some Starbucks worker was creating an order for somebody, and as a joke he drew John Pork calling somebody on the cup, and the order happened to be for a cop, but he didn't know that, and the cop got so upset and was like, this is like completely offensive and out of line, and wasn't understanding it was like a John Pork joke. So the cop took it far enough to the news, so it's like all over like nationwide news, is that this cop got a Starbucks cup with a pig on it, and everybody's like, but it's John Pork, who cares? But I don't know.
Well, that is really gay on the cops' behalf to get that upset over some shit like that. Like, just fucking grow up. But also, it's funny that Starbucks is siding with the police officer. Like, they understand that
Well,
he's
no,
upset.
so the Starbucks is siding with the kid. They said, we're sorry, it is a meme, but because it's become nationwide news, Starbucks decided to fire the guy just because they were getting so much pressure.
I'm surprised they do that, because you know how anti-cop like left-wing Starbucks probably is. They probably said fuck the cop.
Well, for the first couple of days, they were vouching for the kid. They were like, he didn't mean to, offend the cop. It was a joke, because it was like some 18-year-old kid. They were like, he just drew it, as a meme for anyone. He didn't realize it was going to go to a cop. And to be honest, like, I do side with the kid. It is a very popular meme amongst the youth right now. If I saw that on a cup, I would be laughing hysterically and think that's great.
Oh, yeah,
But
he's
because-
18. Like,
Yeah, but because it's like an actual cop, like they took it so offensive. Like, you're calling me a pig. This is terrible. It's just weird. Like, this made like nationwide news. Like,
it's like,
why is
grow
this
some balls, dude.
why? Like,
Yeah.
even if you find that offensive, I don't understand why that is a news story. It is not news story worthy enough.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm not like anti-cop like all the nerds are nowadays. But dude, if I'm a cop, even if the kid knew that I was a cop, if I was a cop and I went into Starbucks and he drew John Pork on my fucking cup, I'd be like, oh, that's funny, that's hilarious. I'd be like, oh, that's funny. A quirky little Starbucks employee that knows how to draw funny pictures on the cups instead of just misspelling my name. Like, that's all that would
just
be.
like kids do. Like, as teenagers been doing shit like this forever. Like, it's not new.
Yeah. Yeah, that is ridiculous that he would get that mad about it. I would be curious to know. So the cop was not in uniform when he went in, is what I would assume.
I think he was. I think that's why it was such a big deal, is because he felt like the staff knew, that drink was going to him. But
And
it
yeah, the
just,
kid probably knew.
You think the kid knew? Well, the story that Starbucks is saying is that the kid had created the joke for anybody, that he didn't direct it towards the police, that he was making like a couple of drinks with the John Pork meme on it.
Yeah, if he'd been doing that for multiple people, like if he was just drawing John Pork on cups all day, then yeah, I don't see a problem with it. And like I said, even if I was a cop, I just personally wouldn't be offended by like an 18-year-old kid calling me a pig. I'd be more upset by like CNN telling people that I'm racist. That's what I'd be worried about. But if an 18-year-old draws a pig on a Starbucks cup, I'm like, dude, okay, like that's funny.
It's just kind of weird that like that's where we're at, because if this happened like 20 years ago, like I feel like the cop would just be like, okay, yeah, fuck you, whatever. But like they wouldn't take it to like the national news. Like that's insane.
Yeah, Fizz, the definition would be you don't shit on people. Yeah, I don't shit on cops, but I don't consider drawing John Pork.
Put their teeth, like, bro, like, gross.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't consider drawing a meme on a cup like shitting on the cop.
But the thing is like, when you look at the drawing, it looks like the meme. Like it doesn't look like it's not like a full-bodied pig. It's like the face of a pig, and then he drew like the phone and like the dials that say like calling or like accept or decline. So it looks like someone's calling you.
Yeah, it's the meme.
And anyone would see that and be like, "Oh, that's John Pork." But like, it's just crazy because it's obviously not a full pig.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he drew a meme. Like it's an 18-year-old kid that likes memes.
Drew a meme. Yeah.
They drew a meme. I'd be like, okay, that's fine. That's funny. I would be
now
excited.
if he would have said like, oh, I don't want to. She would have said like, oh, I don't want to serve you because you're a cop. That's different.
That's what I'm saying.
Then that's a problem.
Yeah, if the kid was like, oh, you're a racist cop, doing something, that's what I'd be upset about. But I wouldn't care if a kid drew a meme, on a whatever.
Yeah.
Well, this did happen in LA County, so are we surprised?
Yeah, no, that sounds about like the highlight. That's what LA is. That's all that's going on in LA. That's top news.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's a fucking meme.
That's the important stuff. Meanwhile, Minnesota is cleaning up with news stories. Fucking the lore in Minnesota's going crazy. LA's got kids drawing memes on Starbucks cups. Dude, one time I went into Starbucks and they asked for my name and I said, actually, what was it? I have a picture. I said Robert for the name. And they wrote on my cup. Hold on, let me find it.
Okay, so the news has updated. It's been confirmed that a protester was aggressively hitting an officer with a shovel. So the officer shot him in the leg to get him to stop.
As he should.
Yeah.
And now, of course, people are.
As he,
you can't do that.
So there's this big problem with these kids where they literally just like their parents didn't beat them. Their parents did not whoop them when they were kids. They think they can just do it. There was a clip. Again, I don't know, Annie, if you sent it to me or I sent it to you, but there was this clip of like this group of, it was either cops or ICE agents, and they had traffic cones around, and there was a group of, there was a protest or a riot going on, and these kids were throwing the traffic cones at the cops. So then the cops went over and started arresting the kids, and all the kids behind their iPhones started crying and screaming, "Why are you doing this? What are you doing? We're not, brother, you're throwing things at them. Like, what if you punch somebody, they're going to punch you back. Like, these kids really just think they can do this shit and nothing will happen."
So the federal officer had conducted a targeted traffic stop at 6 p.m. and they were trying to arrest an illegal alien from Venezuela who had entered the country illegally in 2022. And the person fled in his vehicle and then hit a parked car, and they fled on foot. So the officer was trying to chase the person, And then other like locals saw this and then started hitting. One guy hit the officer with a snow shovel, and then someone else hit him with a broom, and then he shot the guy that was using the snow shovel.
Yeah, these kids literally think they can just assault people and not.
But you know what the problem is? The problem is I think the ICE page on Twitter should stop saying, "Good morning, Minneapolis or Minnesota. Good morning, Los Angeles. We're coming." It's like, you can't be saying where you're going, because you do that, that's gonna prompt protests to happen. I think they should just be stealthy and just like not say anything.
Like,
and just show.
this is just crazy because they're doing their job. They're specifically targeting one person who is here illegally. And it almost kind of like, it feels like this is like giving leeway for people to just like let all crime happen, because it's like, okay, if people are going to like try to stop an officer from doing their job, it to me, I kind of equate it to like, what if you see someone like rob a store and the police come and then people are chasing that officer and like hitting him with a shovel for trying to arrest this person that robbed
They would
the
do
store,
that. They would do that too. And yeah, Fizz, there's a big difference between drawing a meme on a Starbucks cup and hitting somebody with a shovel. Like that's
yeah, that's completely different. That's not
I would
just like
say
a
the kid who
teenage
draws
joke.
a meme on a Starbucks cup is just being funny, but the kid who's hitting a cop with a shovel is not.
Yeah.
I always break it down to like, when these kids think they can like assault officers and get away with it. I always say take away the uniform and take away the dumb political stance. Like, so I remember seeing these clips in 2020 during the George Floyd riots where you would have a group of rioters and a group of cops like face to face. And I remember seeing one clip where it was like, this one kid was screaming in this cop's face and he was like, "Oh, you feel like a big man in that uniform. You probably can't even fuck your wife, right? Your wife probably hates you." And I'm like, bro, take away the uniform and the political cause, and what you have is one grown man telling another grown man that he can't fuck his wife right. Like, if that guy punches you, sorry, like I understand cops, should be like professional and held to a little bit of a higher standard, but I'm just talking strictly man to man. You hit another grown man with a shovel, if he's got a gun on him,
he's gonna shoot you.
But how do you think, like, okay, so we know how like the Renee Good story has spinned. How do you think they're gonna spin this one?
Well, that's gonna be hard, because to me, with the Renee Good thing, I'm on like the side where it's like, she obviously I think she was trying to get away, which I don't think she should have. I think it was a bad thing, and I think it should be her girlfriend, her wife or whatever, should be arrested, because she's telling her, "Honey, drive, drive, drive," is pretty much her saying disobey the officers. Then again, the ICE agent should not have fucking, like, why would you even like fucking shoot her? Like, I understand, like, I wasn't there, like I'm not the one that the car is driving against, but it's like, at least do anything else other than shoot her. But I think that's going to be different from a very clear, like, I'm taking a shovel and I'm trying to hit a fucking ICE agent. Where that's very clear, where they're very clearly trying to attack someone. So I think the ICE agent in this point of view for this story is right. Like, I would shoot someone too if they're trying to fucking hit me with the, whatever.
Yeah, because those snow shovels, I mean, those are like heavy duty.
They're heavy. Yeah.
Who was Ray Mintz? Dixon Cider. I'm curious about this lore. I don't remember Ray Mintz at all. But yeah, no. I mean, these kids really just think they can. Part of the problem, honestly, is the mainstream like left wing news. They talk a lot about how like they try to say ICE agents, they're not even real law enforcement. They don't have the ability to arrest people and do this and that. So kids like watch the news and see these TikTok influencers and think ICE agents aren't real law enforcement. It's like, brother, they are federal law enforcement. And yes, they can legally detain you if you're interfering with what they're doing. Like, I don't think, unless they like suspect me of being illegal, I don't think it, like, if I'm just walking down the street, I don't think an ICE agent can just walk up to me with no probable cause or no, research into me and just say, "Hey,
they definitely know where they're going."
Yeah, they know where they're going. They know who they're getting, and if you interfere with their operation, yes, they can detain you and arrest you. Like that. Yes, they can. But you've got all
here's the
these
thing.
TikTok influencers saying that, oh, they're not even real law enforcement. They don't have the power. And these kids believe that shit. So they think they can just go hit them
But-
with a shovel and they can't arrest them or shoot them.
Yeah, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, as you said, like they have specific people that they're going after, and it feels like the media and the general public are trying to, portray it as if like they're going after literally anybody.
That's the
and
funniest thing.
everybody.
Like,
But
they,
they're
like, they
not.
try-
It's like this is all planned. Like, let them do their job. It would be a
But you know what the problem is, like, you call. I think the problem is like the people that are doing the attacks. I don't really necessarily see them as like bad. I think they're doing what they think are right. You're calling someone a fascist regime or a Nazi. What do you do to that?
Well, yeah, they're
And when you don't
propaganda.
know-
Yeah,
when
no,
you
I
don't know
definitely
any
think
better,
that they think
it's
in their
propaganda.
minds like that is what is the
Yeah.
right thing to do.
Yeah, they are effectively propagandized. Like they truly believe they're on the right side. They believe that, like literally, if that chick that with the car that got shot, if she ran over, if she flattened and crushed and killed that ICE officer, they would be cheering. Like make no mistake, they would be cheering.
100%.
Absolutely.
Just like they cheered for the Charlie Kirk shit, they would be cheering and they'd be saying it's a better world with one less ICE agent. They legitimately believe they're on the right side to such a degree that they think they can murder people on the other side and it's justified. A really skinny cop who thought he was the shit. His son went to high school with us. He banged Alex Atkinson's mom, so props to him, I guess. I don't even remember the name Alex Atkinson. But I'm sure he had a hot mom if you're giving him props. That's got to make sense. They call 2 backup units. But yeah, no, these kids they are effectively propagandized. That's really what it is. They had like the propaganda has worked, and this is the result. You have these kids that believe that they're justified in like assaulting federal law enforcement officers and shit, which is it's just crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do you think is gonna happen? Like that's a fucking cop with a gun.
But how do you think this is all gonna like play out in the coming years?
It's just gonna get crazier. Democrats.
No,
will
I
win
think
the
it's
next,
gonna be civil war.
Democrats will win the next
Yeah.
presidency, and they'll start throwing conservatives in prison. To me, that's one
Gavin
of my
Newsom?
biggest. That's my biggest complaint about. No, I did not see the wholesale ass whooping fizz. It sounds great though. Actually,
they didn't do that when Biden was in office.
Well, I
They
think this is
arrested-
completely different right now.
they arrested people.
I think it's
I mean, they
completely
tried to
different
put
now,
Trump
dude.
in prison. They literally tried to put Trump in prison. They just couldn't. All the January 6ers went to prison no matter what they did. There were.
Well,
I'm not defending J6ers, but there were people there that were like literally just like going for a walk, and like they got thrown in prison for.
They got thrown in prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think like I wonder with the next election if people are going to be continuously voting on the right because they can just see how extreme. I mean, we saw in with the previous election. I mean, at least it was surprising to me how many people voted for Trump. I didn't think it was going to be that many. And so I do feel like there will be even
Well,
more
Trump can't
people-
win if there's another white guy in. Trump is never gonna win. Like, that's just what it is. He can only win against easy opponents.
I just feel like the right needs like someone new.
Yeah,
and,
we
like,
do.
young.
I just think it's.
I think like
this is
Trump is
too
just not.
extreme
It's
right
not
now.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
Trump's
too
aura
extreme right now.
Trump's aura is definitely gone. He does not have the aura of his first run, I will say. And I don't think JD Vance. I think pre-Charlie Kirk, JD Vance. Let's say it's going to be JD Vance versus Gavin Newsom. I think pre-Charlie Kirk, JD Vance could have won, but after Charlie Kirk died, like the right has just been
It's
infighting.
over.
You've got like Nick Fuentes going up against Vance, and I think now if Vance runs against Newsom, I think Newsom's going to win. And I talked about this with Protomax. To me, if Newsom wins, I think it's going to be bad. I'm not saying he's going to
But
like.
I don't feel like he
he's
would
gonna do-
though.
I think he could win. They really like him.
But I mean, even like, I feel like even Democratic Californians are so unhappy with him. Because
Only
of the
Californians
states.
though, because they live under him. But people in other states that don't actually live
They're
here,
just
and
gonna
know
see
this
him
show.
with the hair and the way he talks.
But
They're
I
gonna
don't know.
see
I
that.
mean, other people like they can see how horrible California has become. Even other.
Well, I feel like they're just gonna
Democratic states
see-
Can see that.
I don't want Newsom to win. Like I was just saying, I don't want him to win, but I think he could. If Newsom wins, I'm not exactly saying that he's gonna do like reparations. White people need to pay tax and black people get money. But I guarantee you though that if Newsom wins, he will enact something of that level. Like we will be like our money will be getting taxed to be sent to Johnny. Like me and Andy,
I don't mind that.
If
I don't
Newsom
mind
wins,
that. I didn't even have slaves in my family, but if you want to send me money just because of my skin color, do it.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
If Gavin Newsom wins, we will be paying higher taxes so they can give black people money. Like like I said, I'm not saying it's going to be exactly reparations, but something that extreme will be done under him. Or like he'll go back and put Trump in prison for something that he did over the 4 years. Or like he'll throw all the ICE. You know, they would disband ICE, first of all. That's probably something they would try to do.
But the problem is the reason why Trump wouldn't win because he's not actually doing anything that he said he was going to do. Like he's just saying, he's just talking. Like to me, it's like, bro, where are the jobs that are supposed to come back? Like I think what Trump is a distraction, and they put him there for a reason because they want, hey, keep everything on me. Everything that I say is gonna be on me. Meanwhile, it's really about.
When I think about like California, like when we were doing relatively okay, was like what, like 10 years ago? Who was the governor 10 years ago?
Was it Jerry?
California was always governed by right wingers, and that was the
That's
good.
what
like
I remember.
that was the good yin and yang balance.
Like I remember, like yeah, like up until like COVID, like California was always like really chill, and I never remember like feeling like unsafe. Because didn't we have like Arnold was our governor, and then who was governor after
Jerry
him?
Brown.
So they were both Republican.
No, I don't think Jerry Brown wasn't a Republican though.
I don't know.
I don't think he was. I think he was.
I know that. I know that like the glory days of California, people talk about like right wingers always.
Yeah,
govern.
he was a Democrat, but
that was back when Democrats were reasonable and normal.
Yeah. Like so, I think that's what Newsom is going to go off of. Why I think he would win because people are going to be thinking, oh, look, he has a nice family and they're very like American and white, and he has nice looking hair, and he seems to be a little social on the Democratic side, and it looked like a moderate, and they're gonna say Trump is so fucking extreme and just says off the cuff shit. You're gonna see Governor Newsom. You're gonna be like, well, he takes on Trump, but then he also seems like a reasonable guy in office. And that's what people are going to want. People are going to want that moderation again. And JD Vance just doesn't have any aura, dude. He's just a tech fucking sellout. That's what he is.
Yeah, now that he's with
Palantir guy.
What's her name?
Oh,
Erica Kirk.
Like, look at that. Like,
yeah, he needs to hurry up and deport his wife and marry Erica Kirk. Let's just get this on. To me, that'd be a better way to win votes because Erica Kirk is hot as shit. And people might not like her, but she's hot. And if you got a hot wife, I might vote for you. I'll tell you that right now.
Not with that, Israel is going to take over. Watch what I tell you.
No, I don't think Trump has done, like, he really hasn't done.
No.
Like, his hardcore, even his hardcore people will tell you this. So they're like, bro, you told us you were going to deport all these motherfuckers. I don't even think he's deported. I don't even think he's deported a full million people yet. And I know, I'm sure it's a process. And obviously, they're having trouble with, people fucking running them over with cars and shit. So I know it's harder than to just go and do it,
But I think what it is. No, I was saying like what it is Trump is really a person where Israel is like, oh, we have our guy say whatever he wants. Meanwhile, you got the billionaires doing what they want, passing all the laws they want, and Trump is just there to create a fucking distraction. That's what it is. And then for Israel to have more of a stronghold. And then for, all the tech autocrats to come in and fucking, I feel like, do a mass surveillance program. That's what it is. It's like they're fooling people that are in Ohio or anywhere saying, oh, we're going to bring back factories like your great-grandfather. No, you're not. It's not going to happen. You're doing it because you want to tell people to believe in something, and it's not going to happen. I'm telling you that right now. So when it's time for the new time for him to run, what can they say they actually done? Like, in my opinion, I don't think he really did anything. And I voted for him in 2016. because I thought he would do, like what he was saying he was doing, versus like the status quo. But I think he was bought.
I think in 2016, I think he did more than this run. He still didn't do everything, but he definitely had more aura in 2016. Like I haven't voted for him anytime he ran. I haven't voted for fucking any one of these guys anytime they ran, but I understood, and people that liked him in 2016, I was like, oh, I totally get why you like him. Like I can see the aura. I can see him talking shit to Hillary, and I understand why you like him. This time around, he looks old and tired and drained, and he's just constantly simping for Israel. And I know there's a lot of other stuff. I can't think of anything. Arrests. That's one of the things that I complain about with conservatives. They don't actually go after anybody. They do all this talk about Fauci. Fauci should be in fucking prison. Why have there been no arrests for anything that had to do with COVID? Why have there been no arrests? Like conservatives don't actually pull triggers when they need to be pulled.
Epstein list.
Metaphorically, of course. And yeah, the whole Epstein cover up. That's been like the biggest.
Oh, we're gonna lock
history.
Hillary. I'm gonna lock you up, Hillary. I'm gonna lock you up. Didn't do shit. Nothing. Zero. So it's all fucking talk, dude. It's all talk.
2006 Democrat was very reasonable. Yeah, Democrats, it's like night and day how Democrats used to be.
But I mean, that was also a time when you could say like what your political affiliation was, and people would just say, okay. It wasn't like now where it's like, okay, like you need to die. It's just.
Yeah, Fizz, that is the thing. Conservatives always talk about doing it the right way. And it's like, brother, you're going up against people that want to kill you. We need to stop doing shit the right way. I said we, I'm not a fucking conservative, but this is always my advice to conservatives. Like, stop with the whole put on your suit and tie, let's do it the right way bullshit. The other side wants to kill you. Like, the other side literally wants to see you dead. And you guys are still talking about, oh, let's do things the right way, the proper way. Bro, nobody's been arrested for anything that happened during COVID. Nobody's been fucking, the Epstein list has been a fucking mess. They just haven't done shit. And Trump has lost pretty much all of his aura. And that's why you've got kids like Nick Fuentes coming out.
The funny part is it's only barely the first year. We still got another 3 years.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about. It felt like it was 3 years now.
It just feels like, oh no, we have another 3 years. It's going to be so long. Like, it's so exhausting.
Yeah, Obama is crazy. The kind of aura that they put around Obama. It's like, bro, Obama loved drone striking motherfuckers. Like, what are you guys talking about? And I don't like hate Obama like a lot of people do. He's one of the presidents.
I actually liked him. I liked him.
He's one of the presidents of my youth. So I have like a soft spot just nostalgically, but it's like, yeah, bro, that guy did a lot of, he's the one that built the fucking cages for kids. Like, people complain about Trump's cages for kids. Bro, Obama built those motherfuckers. Like, it just pushed us too far. Yeah, I see a lot of conservatives in the far right wingers talking about, wait till you push us too far. But I'm like, bro, have you not been pushed? Like, how much do you guys need to be pushed is what I keep saying. Like, I want to see. So, like I always say, I'm not a conservative, but I hate left-wingers. Dave Smith talks about how in the Kamala versus Trump election, he said he came out and he endorsed Trump, even though he's a libertarian. And he says, looking back, he might regret that a little bit, but he said his main reason for it was not that he wanted to see Trump win, but that Democrats really needed to lose, because that whole thing they pulled with installing Kamala after Joe Biden and that whole thing, like, so more so than I want to see Republicans ever win, because I don't really give a fuck if they win or not. I want to see Democrats lose, because I'm tired of, to me, it's like personal. Like, I've always just kind of been like a lifelong natural Democrat. I was always like on a left-leaning guy. Then I woke up one day and they were telling me that I'm not allowed to say retarded, and that my girlfriend might actually become a guy tomorrow, and that guys can,
men can be pregnant.
Yeah,
like, bro, what?
So I have a personal beef.
Like, that's why I believe Democrats, if they want to win, they have to change all that stupid shit.
And they
men
won't.
Can get pregnant, and we can have freaking tampons, and then you can be IOA, QIA, wherever the fuck the alphabet is. It's fucking retarded. Like, it's fucking retarded. It's stupid.
Yeah, and they won't change all that shit. They can't. Just today, there was some hearing. I think I sent it to Annie right before the stream.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Some hearing going on. They were asking some doctor, like, can men get pregnant? And she's like, she wouldn't answer it. And it's like, brother, like, we live in a time where like government officials and doctors are talking about how they won't just tell you that men can't get pregnant. Like, it's pathetic times. And that's why I hate millennials the most. Millennials, our generation is the worst one of all time, because at least if you're Gen Z, you've been being fed this shit since the day you were born. So I can understand and feel some sympathy for you when you've been propagandized. But if you're a millennial, brother, we all learned what a boy and a girl was in kindergarten. And then we learned a little bit more biology in second grade. Like, we all know what the difference between a fucking man and a woman is. But millennials allowed themselves, like fucking pussies, to be told, no, actually, there's non-binary people and men can transition and women can this. And like, millennials are the biggest faggots on the fucking planet because they're the ones that just accept it.
And if you could be a woman, why even have the T in the LGBT? Like, it doesn't make sense. How can you transition if you're already, oh, I'm just born this way? Like,
I think things
retarded.
will change. I think things will change when like the kids that are like under 15 today or under 18, when they fully mature, because they seem to be the ones that are like the 90s kids that are just like, you know, yelling retard and, you know, fuck off and just like, they're tough. They're tough. And so they can recognize what's going on and see all the bullshit. So I think it's going to take like at least another like maybe 15, 20 years.
We need boomers to die out because a lot of it is sympathetic boomers, like the hippies from the 60s. You know, they're the ones that are going to all these. They're going to all these protests. They're trying to relive their childhoods. They're going to protests. They think they're being sympathetic. Let's let in all the third world rapists and murderers because they think that's the right thing to do. Oh, but don't bring them to my neighborhood.
My backyard,
yeah.
Wasn't that? Didn't we see a video? There was like some news reporter interviewed a guy. And he was saying that, I don't know, he was in some war, if he was like in Korea or Nam, and he was like, you know, this was just like it. What's going on right now is exactly, you know, what I went through before.
A lot of the boomers have really, and I also feel a little bit of sympathy for propagandized boomers because boomers are the original propaganda generation. They're the ones that watched TV and always believed the TV because that's how their life was. To me, like I said, it's millennials. You have no excuse to be getting propagandized. Like, you grew up in a totally somewhat normal world where you could say faggot and it wasn't homophobic. You could say retard. It wasn't ableist. You know, you knew that men can't fucking push out babies. You knew that women, you know, they're born with pussies, not some shit that got twisted up inside out by a doctor when you turned 15. Like, so I feel sympathy for Gen Z because, like I said, they've just been propagandized since the day they were born. And then I feel sympathy for some boomers, but a little less sympathy because it's like, brother, you're old enough to know better. Like, no, this was not like
and then what's funny is the hippies and the boomers were just protesting society at the time and the war. They weren't saying absolutely crazy shit like now, which is crazy. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's all a mess. It definitely is. Zoomer often, once they start getting serious, like Annie was saying, the younger kids, because I talk to some kids on Instagram. When they're super down to be like Christians and like men are men, women are women, but they need to be serious though. I hope they don't go the route of millennials where like they stand in front of ICE vehicles. I hope they like put on a suit, go to school, run for office, because that's what no millennials will do. They would rather go out and shave their head on the internet than go run for fucking office. Like, go run for mayor, work your way up. Like, you might hate the politicians, but you've got to at least admit they got in the position they're in. Like, they wanted to do some shit in the system. They're doing it. If you really want to make change, you got to go make change. It's not changing to grow out your armpit hair and shave your head for, you know, Renee Cook, like that one girl spelled on her fucking Instagram story that shaved her head or whatever. Like, you got to actually go do some shit. But they've got Disney brain. They want to go stand in front of ICE vehicles and think they're going to be heroes. Like, they're LARPing as rebels and shit. And it's like, yeah, if Gen Z steps up, one of the things that's funny to me is how Gen Z is like super racist now. And everyone's like, how did this happen? How is Gen Z? You know, they call them Zoomerwaffen. How did they do that? And it's like, oh, it's almost like if you tell these kids they're racist every day from
they're
the day
going to become
born,
racist.
They might grow up and say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to be racist because that's what I would do.
It's wild. It's wild to see all these like streamers just like flat out just say the N-word or.
Oh yeah.
I mean, on Twitter, they're just like mud shark, monkey, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's kind of shocking because it's like growing up, like you knew like not to say it loud or not to say it in front of certain people, and now it's just like, no, fuck you, N-word. I'm not gonna say it to get you banned, but like, it's wild. Like, how are people so bold now? It's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I think it's I think this is the same thing that's going on right now with Gen Z is the same thing that happened with millennials. It's always this overcorrection. It's always like, oh, we're really conservative, and then you have this like backlash against conservatism with liberalism, and then now you have this like, oh well, people used to believe that men could be women, and now I can say the N-word now, and it's just like, is there any middle ground where it's like kind of leveled out? That, hey, yeah, you don't want to be super racist or, hate women or anything, but at the same time, you do understand the differences between the two. I don't know.
I might argue that in this case, there needs to be overcorrection because the left has gotten like so fucking extreme that like it might take a group of white kids saying the N-word to combat the crazy shit that's going. Like it's not just like Obama versus Bush or whatever. Like it's like, bro, people think that men can have children. Like, dude, like that's how extreme shit is. Like it really might take some crazy shit to correct the problems, right? That's the sad thing about it. Any other time in history, I would say, yeah, we shouldn't go, okay, maybe you don't want to, do all the shit that the left is telling you should be doing, but now it's like, dude, it might take an army of Nick Fuentes people to like.
But what's funny
combat.
is even the super liberal people are kind of conservative too, because you'll have these like rock and roll people that are like, these like women on TikTok like, don't sexualize me, or I can't believe people in the 80s would openly show their bodies and all. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then they're also like pansexual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always Fizz, if you want to explain your theory, you got 10 minutes. I'm getting off of here at 8.
Hold on. I'm going to actually head out now.
All right.
If that's okay. So
I figured you were going to leave at like 7:30, so you got an extra 20 minutes.
All right. I'll see you guys then. Bye.
All right, right on. But yeah, no, it's just a fucking shit show. It's all a shit show.
It's fucking weird, man.
I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for the kids. The kids just have a shit world to inherit. We need to go back to a time when you can just say that Sydney Sweeney is hot and nobody will say anything about it.
Like, oh, you're talking about a blah. You're enforcing white supremacy or blah blah blah. It's like, what? I just said she was hot, man. That was it. Like.
Yeah, like, bro, it's okay to think that white chicks are hot. It's okay to think black chicks are hot. Like, I don't care. No one ever cared about that stuff.
But the thing about... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, yeah, it is funny. Like, back when I was a kid and in high school and in my early 20s, dude, nothing about race ever came up with me and my friends.
Yeah.
Or we might... dude, I used to say the N-word all the time. We used to hard R our black friends all the time, and it was just funny. We'd just be hanging around drinking and drop a hard R on our black buddy, and he'd drop something back on us, and it was just, okay, yeah, good times,
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think it was the rise of Obama.
A lot of people blame Obama.
Yeah, I think it was the rise of Obama where it was kind of like we had this understanding of we are post-racial, which is fucking stupid. I mean, but I think a little bit of what happened too was you had the right, get so aggressive in certain ways where the left had to kind of come in and say, okay, brother, like, do you just not like a black man as president, or, are you just trying to really criticize him, or is it just that? And I think that is what started that whole... Right, but I think that's what started that whole problem. I think, to me, I saw the change in, I would say, 2015. 2015 is really when I saw everything kind of split. Like, your friends are kind of like careful about saying things around you that may offend you. Or, you'll see like if, white people kind of gotten a little bit more like, oh, I don't want to hang with black people anymore. And it was getting weird because at that time it was kind of like this. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it was getting weird. Like it was
Yeah.
kind of this unleveling where it was kind of like, oh, I like Nick Fuentes or whatever, and then you will see your white friend kind of like not be cool with you anymore, and you're like, bro, like I've been friends with you for like 15, 20 years. Like how all of a sudden are you like? And I think it's Obama because you had people on his side that would say you're racist if you criticize anything he did. People on CNN, they would criticize anytime someone would say, if a white guy would say, yeah, if a white guy would say, you know what, Obama, you know, I think he sucks as president, and it would be like, oh, you're racist. He's our first black president. Like, how dare you criticize Obama? Blah blah blah. And then it just went back and forth. And then the rise of Trump with the immigrants and all that stuff. And I think to me, 2015 was the birth of the woke movement and the birth of the MAGA movement. Both of them, I think, is what changed everything. So I think we're going to have this, like you said, this overcorrection, to be honest with you.
To Eminem's credit, Eminem's never said the N-word, at least in a rap song, I don't think. I've never heard one. And to me, that was always a good credit to him. Like, imagine a rapper trying to have a whole rap career without saying the N-word. Like, that's a big challenge, but Eminem did it. Yeah, I remember Obama used to do things like, he was one of those presidents who, like, there'd be a national case where, like, and I don't remember any of the actual famous cases, but it'd be a case where like a black guy was out committing some crime and the cops would shoot him because, you know, and Obama would come out and say, oh, this is clearly a race-driven thing. And that
could have been my son.
Yeah. I remember could have been my son. And it's like, bro, like, you know, so it's like they say that they say like the supply and demand of racism, like there was no racism. I mean, obviously there always is going to be racism, but back when we were younger, there was not really a large supply of racism. So they needed to make a demand for racism. Annie's already in the chat popping shit off again. They're going to say the ICE agent shot the guy's leg because he's gay. Oh, was he gay? It's going to be so bad if he's gay. Oh my God. Dude, imagine being an ICE agent and shooting a gay guy, being like, fuck, dude, what have I done?
This shit is insane. This shit is insane, dude. Like, you can't do, I swear, it's like if you do anything to a person that's a non-white male, it's always going to be, you know, either anti-women, anti-black, anti-LGBT, anti-immigrant. You can't do anything. You can't do anything.
It's like brother, I didn't
notice how it was like they shot Renee Good, and then you're thinking, okay, what can they say to that? And it was, well, the white woman is now the white men are showing white women that they're, you know, replaceable. Like they're just a complement of white men, and they're making it this whole thing where it's like, well, now white women now see how white men have been treating other minority groups, and it's like, bro, really? Now you're using white women as like this, you know, minority group now. It's fucking weird, bro. It's fucking weird, man.
I've never said this on the stream before, and this is really fucking gay, but I think right now in chat it's just Dixon Cider, Fizz, and Annie. Anyone else who's there, I don't know, but you guys should click like on this video. Usually like one or two people will click like on the live streams, but this one has 0 so far. So you guys should click the like button.
Okay.
I'm very bad at demanding people click the like button, but I should start trying to do that. Who pushes that? Yeah, liberal white women are the worst thing that's ever happened in the fucking world. Like these fucking hardcore lefty white chicks. I like the theory. I've heard this theory, and I kind of like it, that because women are naturally, they're prepared to feel love and empathy and compassion for children that they give birth to, but now that they're not having kids, they're giving that love and compassion to like illegal immigrants and like victim groups. Like, you know what I mean? Like, since they're not having kids, they now see it that they need to go mother. So you've got women throwing themselves in front of ICE cars on behalf of Somalians in Minnesota. And it's like, brother, if they would just be having kids, they'd be able to get out that love and feeling or whatever. Yeah, no, Fizz, it's all good. Like I said, I need to start at least just like saying it on default. But yeah, a lot of the chicks now, dude, they're just out of their minds. You know, girls getting involved, and I hate to say girls getting involved in politics at all, because I don't mean that. Like, of course, if girls want to get involved in politics, I don't give a fuck what you do, but just it's the way that they're choosing to do it now. You know, like they're not putting on suits and going to college and getting involved and running for office and shit. They're throwing themselves in front of moving vehicles. Like that's the girls' way of getting involved in politics, is throwing themselves in front of vehicles and shit. It's like, dude. Yeah, they got bored with my fur parents. Yeah, dude, it just, I don't know. The whole world is a fucking mess, and I don't.
And it's you know what? It sucks because it's like we want to talk about like music and media, but it's like it's hard to ignore anything political because that's the only thing that's happening that's even fucking controversial. I feel like, you know what you brought up, like only the older people are the only ones. The only older rock stars are the only ones that are causing problems, like fucking Tommy Lee and fucking like Brittany Furlan thing. Like literally, that is the only thing, not only in rock and roll, like social fucking media that is pop culture that's popping right now. Like it's fucking sad. It's like I don't know what else could you talk about.
There was
not politics.
There was the Golden Globe Awards, but the Golden Globe Awards was a total fucking virtue signaling fest. Like Mark Ruffalo wore a pin for Renee Good and talked about how he's terrified of ICE, even though he lives in the fucking, you know, away from humanity in a multi-million-dollar mansion. And yeah, even when pop culture stuff happens, they're all just virtue signaling.
Right, correct.
Wanda Sykes got up there and said some gay shit, and it's like, you guys just go back to talking about, you know, and I almost hate to say that. I hate to be the guy that's like, hey, actors, just talk about your movies, and singers, just sing your songs, because I do want people to be able to say whatever the fuck they want. I'm like a free speech guy. If you want to talk about this stuff, you can. But when it's all you talk about, that's when I'm like, okay, brother, shut the fuck up. Like
Ricky Gervais said, he's like, thank your God, thank your mom, thank your family, and take your award and get the fuck off stage.
and like Gene Simmons said, you know, it's like, brother, people didn't used to talk about this shit. You know, people used to vote and not talk about it, and then they'd go about their business. You know, nobody gives a fuck about who you voted for if you're a multimillionaire. I know. I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy that played Randy in the Scream movie, in the first two Scream movies.
Fuck yeah. He has a podcast now too.
It's like Jamie something.
Yeah, Jamie. Fuck yeah, and he also did Malibu's Most Wanted too. Yeah, Jamie
Kennedy. So he says that he's been doing a little bit of political things now, and he says that Hollywood is way more right wing than you would think. They just don't want to lose their jobs. So
of course they are.
I do believe there are probably Hollywood celebrities that straight up post about voting for Kamala, and then they actually voted for Trump. No, Jamie Kennedy. He went on Timcast. I fucking hate Tim Pool, but sometimes I watch Timcast because I like his guests. But
he used to be good.
Jamie Kennedy, he was cool, and he was like roasting the guy that owned Twitter on Joe Rogan and shit. But something about him has rubbed me the wrong way lately. But
he does the whole Israel thing,
fighting
for them,
But yeah, Jamie Kennedy says that Hollywood he said there's a lot more right wingers in Hollywood than you would think. They just don't want to lose their jobs. And Jamie Kennedy went on Fox News, and he was talking to someone else about it, and he's like, bro, it's funny how I go on Fox News to like promote some upcoming comedy shows, and everyone's like, oh, you're a fucking far right winger. And he's like, bro, back in the early 2000s, we all went on Fox News and CNN and promoted our stuff, and nobody said anything about your like you were an actor doing a TV spot, you know, but now you go on Fox News and it's like, yeah, Tim Pool got too into himself. That's a big thing I noticed. Tim Pool is one of those guys that loves to say, oh, I have it so hard being a podcaster, such hard work. I remember one time on a show, Tim Pool literally said he wishes he could be a bricklayer because it'd be easier than being a fucking podcaster. And that's
bullshit.
I was like, dude, I can't fucking. What did Bill Maher say on the red carpet? I do like.
He said,
I do like Bill Maher. I have a soft spot for Bill Maher.
I love Bill Maher. He said, he was just kind of like, this is supposed to be a show business event. Like, I don't want to answer any of this.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he said. Like, and it's right. It's like, why do we want to fucking bring up Trump? Like, why does every fucking thing got to be about Trump or Democrats, or can we get a fucking break from it? Can we just talk about film? Like, can we just talk about why this movie is good or why this show is good? Or it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. And it's I don't know what it's gonna take for Hollywood to fucking just change. I don't know.
Hollywood might die in our lifetime. I know conservatives.
I believe so.
I know conservatives love to say Hollywood is dead. Hollywood is dead. Hollywood's not completely dead. It's still a multi-billion-dollar industry, but they're going down slowly but surely. Hollywood might die within our lifetime, and everything would just be YouTube from now on. YouTube is like the new Hollywood. I mean, the Oscars are not going to be on TV anymore. They're going to start streaming the Oscars directly on YouTube.
Yep,
and like that alone is crazy. I don't even know who Dennis Miller is. I just like Bill Maher.
Dennis Miller was good.
I grew up with Bill Maher, and there's a lot of things Bill Maher says that I disagree with, but there's a lot of things he says that I like, and I love seeing him with like Marilyn Manson back in the day, on his show, Politically Incorrect or whatever. And
yeah,
I like Bill Maher's take on let's stop fucking arguing. Like, let's go. Bill Maher wants to go back to the way things were. Bill Maher told the story about how when he was a kid, his parents were Democrats and their neighbors were Republicans. And they would go over to each other's houses for dinner all the time. And he said when his neighbors left, his parents might crack a little joke or two, like, oh, the neighbors are Republicans. But they were still great friends, and they'd come over the next weekend for dinner, and it didn't matter.
Fizzlegig says, though, oh, never.
I was going to say, I think one of the big differences is that historically, the way it always worked was everyone always wanted the same thing for America. Like, everyone generally wanted the same things. They wanted everyone to like have good jobs and have a house and get married and have kids. But the disagreement was, how do we go about doing that? But now the disagreement is entirely different. I mean, you've got one side that actually hates America and wants to see Americans die. And then you've got one side that wants to send a bunch of money to Israel. Like, now we don't even agree on what we want anymore. Whereas back in the day, everybody wanted the same shit, but the agreement and disagreement lied in how we go about doing that. But now it's, people want to cut kids' wieners off, and then people want to send money to Israel, and then people want to have abortions, and then people want to send more money to Israel. And it's just like, dude, we don't even want the same shit anymore.
Right.
Streaming services are the new Hollywood. Yeah. Yeah, and streaming services are Hollywood, but I think streaming services will die out with Hollywood too, because people are already tired of like having to have 24 different streaming
24
services.
options, yeah.
Just to see one show or one movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call it here pretty in a couple of seconds, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out and smoke
500 cigarettes.
I keep forgetting about the soundboard. Got to get back to using the soundboard more often. Dennis Miller was trash as an NFL commentator. Crunchyroll will always be a good thing. So I was like, yeah, Crunchyroll. There's, like I said, there's a few good streaming services I do approve of. I do have Shudder. That's my favorite of all time. But all right, I think Dixon Cider and Fizz are the last survivors of the chat. Dixon Cider, you got to message me. I mean, I'm not telling you to hurry up and message me back, but me and Dixon Cider might be streaming sometime in the near future. Obviously, once we pop up on here, people will see
what he actually looks like. About time.
I might not even have him on screen. There's one question I asked him that will determine if I bring him on screen or not, because I would like to have an audio-only guest. So we'll keep talking, Dixon Cider. But all right, I'm gonna hit the outro. I'm gonna blow out some eardrums.
All right.
All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning.